Hello and welcome to a new tutorial that goes over the basics. We will be making beaded necklaces, so let's go over what you need. You'll need beads, of course. The size is up to your preference. I mainly use 6 to 8 millimeters for sphere beads and up to 20 millimeters for other shapes. You'll need a set of pliers. I got mine from AliExpress. I also use a variety of jump rings. I highly recommend to get thicker ones like 0.8 to 1 millimeters. The thicker it is, the harder it is to open, it's more secure. These are crimp beads and connector clasps to seal the ends. These are lobster clasps. They come in different sizes, so I recommend the bigger ones. You can also add charms. These are heart spacer beads. For the centerpiece, I'm using a bow charm. To make your necklace adjustable, you'll need an extension chain. You can cut as much as you want from a long chain or buy pre-made ones. Next are ball and flat head pins if you want beads dangling. And of course, you can't forget the string. I'm using thin copper wire which holds up the shape better and can be bendable. Or you could use stretchy string like this one. The next items are optional but highly recommended. This is a bead board which can be used to design a layout. You can easily add and remove beads while you're coming up with ideas. It even has measurements on the side. A measuring tape or ruler is very handy. You might need it to measure the length of the necklace or chains. This is super glue. I only use it for the crimp beads and connector. It's not necessary, but you'll see how I'll use it later on. Before we move on, let's talk about how 89% of you aren't subscribed. If you like my content, click the like and sub button. I appreciate it a lot. First, I recommend coming up with a design or idea. You can get inspiration from Pinterest or just play around. Then you're going to need string or wire and cutting pliers. Ideally, you'll also have a length in mind for the necklace. You can follow this image as a guide. I also recommend making the wire up to 1 inch longer just in case. You can always cut off excess wire, but not the other way around. After you have your wire cut, grab 2 connector clasps. These will go on the end of your wire on both sides. It basically connects the wire to the other parts like the lobster clasp. Grab 2 crimp beads. Similar to the connectors, they go at the end. Slide the connector over the wire. Do the same thing for the crimp bead. It's very small, so be careful with dropping it. Once you got it, hold it close to the end of the wire and grab your flat nose plier. Press down on the crimp bead to lock it in place. Just make sure it isn't sliding off, it should stay in place. And after it's secure, you can cut off excess wire. The next step is optional. I like to use super glue for extra security. I use Loctite because it dries up really quickly and works well. Pull up the connector to the end. Then squeeze a bit of glue on the crimp bead. Try not to add too much cause it can spill out and stick to your fingers. Now you can close the connector. I'll use my pliers to make sure it's closed properly. It should stay in place and not slide off. Now that one end is secure, you can add beads onto the wire. This is where the bead board comes in handy. Here's a tip. If you're planning on adding a centerpiece, you could slide it onto the wire midway rather than attaching it after you finish beading the whole necklace. I'll show you a couple of ways you can attach the centerpiece with jump rings and flathead pins later on in this video, so you can keep it in mind for future necklaces. After you finish adding beads, make sure you have some space, about an inch, so it can hold on to the end of the string. You also don't want the necklace to be really tight or stiff. Before you close it, leave a tiny bit of space between the last bead and connector so the necklace has some flexibility. Then repeat this step with the connector and crimp bead. Make sure the crimp bead is secure, then cut off excess wire. Then I'll add super glue and close the connector. Now we're going to attach the clasp and extension chain. You'll also need jump rings. I'm using a 6mm ring with a thickness of 1mm. And for the extension chain, I usually cut off 2 inches. Grab an open jump ring and attach it to the connector. Then you can attach a clasp. I prefer using a big lobster clasp since it's easier to open. Small ones are more annoying. Now grab your 2 pliers and close the jump ring. Push the end towards each other. Make sure it's secure, it shouldn't have any big gaps. For the other end, repeat the same thing but with the chain. If you don't want to add anything else, you're basically done. But there's a lot more you can add on, like chains, beads, and charms. The next step is attaching the centerpiece. There's a small gap of space where I'll attach the bow. For charms, they normally have a hole on top, but this one also happens to have one on the bottom too. So I'll insert the jump ring. You can use pliers for a better grip. Then I'll attach the jump ring around the necklace wire. This part is harder to do if you make your necklace too tight. You can make it looser by placing the connector farther away from the last bead before you close off the ends. I close the jump ring off camera. Make sure the ring is closed properly. It shouldn't have gaps and fall off the necklace. Another way to make a centerpiece is to use a bead. To attach it on, I use a ball or flathead pin. Just make sure the pin is long enough for the bead and a loop. I recommend using pins that are at least 1 centimeter longer than the bead. You can use either a 1-step looper or round nose pliers for this step. I don't show how to use a 1-step looper, but I have a tutorial linked. First, hold the pin perpendicular to the plier tips, then twist downwards to create a loop. Repeat this until you form a circle. it should look something like this. If it looks off-center, don't worry. Grab your pliers, then you're going to bend it so it looks more centered. If you want to open it or redo it, you can use your round nose pliers to open the loop by twisting it in an upwards motion. Now that it's open, you can also connect other beads and charms. In this case, I'm connecting it to the bow charm. Or you can place it on top of the wire if that bead is a centerpiece. You can follow these steps if you want to attach any beads. I also added one to the end of my cinder chain, but it's optional. Feel free to add any extra details. I have another tutorial for that. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Feel free to ask any questions, and let me know what else you'd like to watch in the next video. I have a few bloopers, so stay till the end. Two hours later. 3, 2,